Hey, welcome to Mighty Websites Marketing Engine. We call it Mighty Automation because it has a ton of different automation tools and it makes your marketing life easier. So to start things off, we have our path to success. Now, each of the items on here, if you complete them, they will help you move you closer to activating your complete marketing engine. And so to start things off, we have to download the mobile app. We have something called Lead Connector. And Lead Connector is our mobile app that will allow you to schedule social media posts on all of your different platforms. The actual app will allow you to manage your marketing engine from your mobile app. And there's actually a lot of different tools that are on there that'll help you actually prospect, answer the phone, send text messages, everything. So you definitely want to download the mobile app right away. And once you do, it'll put this little check mark here saying that your path to success is well on its way. The next thing you want to do is you want to connect your Google My Business. If you already have a Google My Business profile set up inside the system, you'll be able to communicate with people who, in the conversations tab, with those who have reached out to you. So if anybody has reached out to you through your Google My Business, it'll show up as one of the conversations. Some people get a little overwhelmed with the conversations tab because it has all the different platforms you've connected to, including social media, including your text messages, including anything that you've added. Actually, you can remove things if there's just too much going on, but you can actually send direct messages. You can send messages to people in your team, group messages. So one of the problems that I run into, especially with service providers, is they're like, Mike, this is too much. This is a lot of things. I don't need all of this. And that's true. That is true. So you can use this to the limit that you want. Like if you want to decide just to add people to your email chats in here, that's great. But one of the things with marketing is the ability to, even though it is a lot, the ability to put all of the most essential conversations in one area. And I think you would probably agree that Google My Business, if someone's interested in your business and wants to message you through Google, that's probably an important conversation to have. So that's just an example. So the next one, you can actually connect Facebook, and it'll actually look for customers on Facebook and track your conversations through Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And this really becomes important if you start running ads on Facebook, which I don't expect a lot of you are going to do. So you can connect that or skip it. One thing is, if you have a website with us, you can connect your chat widget directly inside the system. You just hit connect; it'll walk you through the process. Now, in our sites tab, all of our Mighty Premium members get different website templates that are very basic. But if you decide to have us set up a website for you, this is where it'll live. It'll live under the sites tab, and then websites up here at the top, and then you just click on your website. And then you open it up and you're able to see a few different things. So my team will actually connect the website for you. They'll actually go into the settings tab and connect it to your domain. Your domain is basically the website address up here that you purchased on GoDaddy or wherever you purchased it, and we'll be able to connect the website that's been built to that domain. If you're a do-it-yourself type of person, you actually click on settings, just click on domain, and you can actually select a domain. If there's not a domain in here, it's there's a couple extra steps that have to be taken. You can actually just hit connect domain, and it'll take you to the domains tab, and it'll kind of walk you through the whole process. It's fairly simple, but our team is here to help you do it if you don't know what to do. So the next thing on the Launchpad is WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp, but I know internationally this is a huge opportunity for people because it's kind of like Facebook Messenger, but international. Just kind of look at it like that. So there's a lot of scammers, things like that on there too. But internationally, it's not really known as a scam platform. It's actually known as like a primary source of how to communicate with people all over the world. So it's kind of interesting. Our payments portal is not active right now inside of the system. If that is something that you want to do, you want to receive payments through Mighty Automation, you can definitely do that. And then you just hit connect. But that's not something we've released yet. Even though it is an option in here, you can just skip it. This option right here is something called listings, and you might have heard of something called Yext, Well, Yext costs about $400 a year, and it connects you with different business domains. And so one of the things you can do is you can actually connect here, and it'll actually put all of your Google My Business information on all of these different business websites. And what it does is it helps you get to more customers and giving you more opportunities to get business. You can actually add other people onto your team. You just click here and it'll help you. So this Launchpad is not all essential. You can skip a lot of the stuff in there. But let's get into some of the tools that you actually get to use when once you get set up in here. So this is your business name. This is obviously our most recent build. Jose just signed up, and we built him a site, and kind of going through everything to make sure that he gets what he needs. What's really cool is if you have your Stripe account connected in here, and you have it connected, where you're receiving orders or something like that, the monetary amounts will show up in here in your dashboard. You can see your pipelines, a lot of things. So I would skip this for now until you start getting some activity going on inside of your account. All right, Conversations tab we talked about a little bit, but what you can do is you can start to add snippets, different things. So one of the most powerful things about the Conversations tab is if you're just having conversations in here, well, why not just do it on my phone or in my Gmail account or whatever? But what's really cool is, and Gmail has something similar to this, they call it templates. We call it snippets. And so you can actually create a new snippet, either a text or an email snippet. And the snippet actually allows you to save so much time. Like I have these on my phone if I ever want to ask for a review. Actually, I think I'm on my Mac, so you could probably see it. Let me just do it real quick. So I could just go MJR, and you see that little text block that comes out? That's for my local business here I have with my sons. And so I can just hit MJR1. MJR1 takes me to... It just says that. If I hit space, this happens on my cell phone, by the way. So I'm showing you on my Mac because they're connected, but so it'll automatically use the same text replacement rules. Well, that's kind of what snippets are. Is you can take a paragraph like this and say anytime someone messages you and you can tell they want to do business with you, you can just name this thing like, hey, order. I mean, for you, it would be something like, your website / order. You want them to order on your website, and you can just very quickly send them a message like order. As you start typing order online, this snippet will show up. Let me just go ahead and add one here for Jose for real quick. Let me see. It's great talking to you today. It was great talking to you about your case. Let's say case. Here's the link to order on our website. Let me know if you have any questions. And so I don't have his domain, but so you would just say insert link here. So we'll help him with that. But when you start sending text messages and things like that, they do cost money. Yeah. So there's extra money, but you might pay $10 or $20 for all the texts you're sending out. I don't make anything from that. It's just a part of the system that's set up, the automation. If you're going to send automation and things like that, it does cost extra. So you can have an attachment here that has your rate sheet. You can do a lot of different things with these snippets. This is a text snippet. Okay. You can test the snippet by sending it to a phone number. You just put it in here, and then you'll be able to see it go to your phone, which is pretty cool. So just going to go ahead and hit save because I want you to see how this works. So I have this saved as a text snippet, not an email snippet, but a text snippet. And basically it's just a phrase that they'll remember. Another really valuable one is please leave us a... Actually, I'm just going to say review link because they don't get to see this. We're just going to call it review link. And so for me, it's MJR2 for my local business. And so I make it so easy just to be able to put it in. Hey, thank you so much for your business. It would mean the world if you left us a 5-star review and your honest feedback about our service. Okay, so that's the review. That's the link to my local junk removal business. It's kind of funny. I just have it with my sons, and it's just like a little small local business. We make $10,000-$20,000 a month just delivering dumpsters and demolishing houses. And so you're able to insert review link from Google. So once you've set this up one time, I mean, I'm kind of setting it up here for him, and we just need to add the link right here. Once you've set this up one time, oh my gosh, like it saves you so much time. You just type that in anytime you're having a conversation with somebody, especially from your phone, and you could just say order online. They want to order online, boom, they order online. If you've completed the job and they're like, oh, thank you so much for doing that so fast. Yeah, no problem. Boom, send them the review link. And what you're going to see is people are going to order online. People are going to give you reviews. And those are a couple of metrics that are super important in your business as you're building it, right? So that's so that's snippets, super powerful. Now, email snippets are they're exactly the same, actually. The one difference is how you do it. So when you're in the conversations tab, let's go back. That's under snippets up here. So if you're into the conversations tab, you're actually able to see them right here. So if I wanted to start a new conversation, a direct message with somebody, I would have to have their contact information here. So let's just let's put in here 407-2147. No, we're not going to do that. I don't want to do that because then it'll be in his account. So yeah, just you got to create a contact. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and go to contacts tab, and I want to show you how I actually want to show you, and we'll come back to the conversations tab in a second. So I actually want to show you how easy it is to import contacts. If you click on import, let me back it up. I'm going a little fast here. So if you're on the contacts tab, this is kind of where you live under smart lists. Even though there are currently no smart lists created, it's super easy to create them once you have your contacts uploaded. So what our team will do, if you're a process server, we actually upload all of the local, what we call the Mighty Litigator list, which is all the attorneys who have claimed to litigate in your area, who actually do law and actually show up to the courthouse on a regular basis and argue cases. Those are the people who need to have process servers most vitally. So we will upload a list here, and it will be called the smart list. We're just going to go Mighty Litigators. Now, generally, this has certain parameters. The most easy parameter to create is one that's a tag. So you just create a tag on here. So there's a lot going on here. I don't want to confuse you, but you can create different tags. You can create different search filters. But let's just create Mighty Litigators. Now there's no contacts in here, so can kind of be confusing. But once you start adding contacts, you can say, hey, I only want under Mighty Litigators, I want to come over here and say what it is that makes them a Mighty Litigator. That way they automatically get added to this list. And the easiest one is just to simply add a tag that says that that's what they are. Okay. So we can get back to that. If you have more questions about that, because this does so much, this is so advanced, you can meet with someone from our team or watch some other videos that we've made on it. But simple ways just to add a contact is just to click add contact, go through here and add their basic information. If you wanted them to be added for sure to that list, you could always add a tag. Cool. And then the simplest way to add new contacts is to click import, and then actually import the contacts. You just click, make sure it's checked right here. And a lot of people will say, I can't figure it out. Where do I go next? For some reason, some people's browsers don't show this button down here on the bottom right. So you see, I can hit next, and it'll just take me here. So you can drag and drop the information right here. Or you can click it and actually choose a file inside of your computer, and then what it'll happen is it'll tell you like to map the field. So basically, name is name, and address is address, and phone is phone, and you just map it out. And the reason why that is, it might seem like kind of difficult, but it's because some Google Sheets or Excel sheets are formatted differently. You might have the name first here, but then on this other form you have it over here. So that's why you have to map them out to make it actually makes it easier for you, so that you don't have to format your template your CSV file exactly the way we tell you. You know, you could actually do it here. So, yep, pretty simple. So, under the context tab, now what's really cool is that's your smart list, and this is kind of where you live when you're making when you're going to send out blast emails or blast calls. This is where you're going to go for like short-term stuff. Like, hey, I just got to send an email to these 10 or 20 attorneys right now, letting them know about my special. Boom, you could do that. Then there's also under the marketing tab, there's email blast, like the big, like if you want to send thousands of emails, you come to our emails tab right here. So there's a lot here. So I'm going to keep going, but don't be overwhelmed, because you can meet with a member of our team that can help you through our Mighty Websites team, can actually meet with you and help you one-on-one. So don't be overwhelmed. But I'm going to keep going here. Excuse me. You can feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you need. So I'm going to create a new pipeline here. We're going to call this pipeline, this first pipeline, we're going to call it okay, so attorney clients. We want a new lead contacted, rate sheet sent. Yeah, follow. Actually, contacted would probably be rate sheet sent. Oh no, contacted is they maybe didn't give you their information. Yeah, rate sheet sent, and then yeah. So they ordered service. That's the ultimate goal, right? Yeah. So if this is a pipeline, if I just created a pipeline, and they kind of encourage you to do that on the opportunities tab if you don't already have it. And so I just created a pipeline here inside of his account. Now what you can do is you can say a new lead will come from the contacts tab. So if I'm in the contacts tab, and this is where a lot of people get confused. They're like, but Mike, I already have a CRM, like through Serve Manager, one of these other tools or whatever. That's cool, but those aren't marketing tools, right? Like, so you put everybody in here that's not your current customer. Everybody that's not your current customer goes in here so that you can actually try to get them to become your customer. And as you're prospecting to them, sending them emails saying, hey, here's our rate sheet. And I teach you how to do this inside the community, inside of the Be the Backup trainings. And we have lots of live replays you can watch as well, where I've called attorneys live and got them to agree to, paralegals to agree to receive my rate sheets and stuff, and then they end up hiring us. So that's the whole Be the Backup process. Starts with they become a new lead when you're like, hey, I think I'm going to reach out to all of the personal injury attorneys or whatever. You can add them to this list. It'll just be a super long list, and then what happens is that you can move them along the list. So let's go ahead and let's imagine you have a contact. Let's go add a contact. So John Q. attorney. Okay, he's gonna have an email. Yeah, you have to put a real email in here, unfortunately. Okay, so we're not gonna put a phone. Contact type, we're gonna call it a lead. It's not a customer yet. I don't know that you have to put a time zone. Okay. So we're going to say save. All right. So now this person becomes your first contact, and this is the contact screen. Now this is probably the screen you're going to spend the most time on. Now let me just give you some, let's kind of go over a tutorial of this. So if you come back to the contacts tab, the main contact screen, you're going to have a list of them like this. And so you can actually just come over here and click on them. You can, if you have your browser set to click to call, you could just click on their phone number. But we actually have a phone as a part of this. So you can actually have a phone added to your account. It does cost extra. It can be anywhere from $10 to $30 per month, depending on what type of phone you have, what type of where you're located, stuff like that. But you can actually call people right here inside the system. So, which is pretty cool. So right now the only thing that is activated is email, because we just got started here. But if you connect your phone, you add the phone systems, you've added SMS, you actually end up having it all kind of stacks up right here in this middle area. And so yeah, so you can send an email. And do you remember when we added the little snippets earlier? you can actually come over here to insert snippet, and you can choose a snippet for email because we're under email. If we had SMS added, then you'd be able to like find those SMSs we created earlier. But yeah, so if I wanted to create an email, I could do that right here. So we can, then you just go ahead and send it. So let me just go test. Hey, Mike. Okay. And Jose is always welcome to reach out to me, of course. All my customers can reach me there, mike@mightyautomation.com. I prefer you message the team, which is support@mightywebsites.com for all things related to this. You may not receive a reply from me if you message me about something that you know you should message the team. But I'm always willing to help if I can. So the subject is test. And we're just going to go ahead and hit send. But if I wanted to schedule it, I could schedule it for a certain date and time right here inside the system. So we're just going to go ahead and hit send. Now what happens is we just message John Q Attorney is what I saved him as, right? And so it does truncate it. Some people don't like that, how it truncates it, but that's actually meant to be so it's cleaner, so you can see the different emails that you've sent out or text messages. They'll all just stack up here, okay? And then if you click on it, you can actually see the details of the message right there. Now, if you had other things showing up, they would actually still show up here. If you have an email here, and then a text message here, and then a Facebook message here, it'll all show up in here, which is pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, so this is it. And so over here, you'll see activity. You can actually do tasks. You can say, hey, I want to make sure to follow up with him. Let's say next. Let's go follow up with John Q. Okay. You could say call him. Something simple. And you could say, I want to do this next month, right? You can say, I want to do this next month. Or maybe his birthday's a certain day or whatever. You know, or maybe it's a job, or you never know. Maybe he said, yeah, I want to actually send you a serve in this area, and you're like, but you got to call me back on Monday. Like, I always forget that stuff, right? So I could come over here and say, boom, 16th, finish onboarding and using the Mighty Automation system. I'm leaving this one here as kind of like a reminder for Jose. There you go. All right, so I'm going to save it, and I'm going to set it for a date, and I'm going to assign it to me, Jose, and associated goals. Okay, boom. Save. So you hit save, and then now when you come into John Q Attorney, you will see the actual you'll see all the notes that you made about it, and then, or as far as that task goes, and then once you've done the task, you can check it off. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, you can come over here to notes. You can add a note. Now again, this is all related to getting John Q Attorney to become your customer. You can set appointments if you had specific appointments to meet with them. You could set that up here. Just be careful, because if you add his email, it will send him an invite. So you want to make sure not to do that. Documents. This is really good if you sign a contract, or if you get like a child support division, things like that, to become your customer. You can actually upload those as a part of this. This is a great way to store information where some CRMs don't. You can receive payments to our system. As I said, you just have to set up your Stripe account. Let's see. Association. Oh yeah, like this does connect to different things for you to be able to. Different social platforms for you to be able to see what they're associated with. It's basically to see how active they are, what kind of activity you're getting back from them. Because one of the things when you're dealing with thousands of prospects, potential people you might be doing business with, is you need to know which ones to focus on. And so there's some tools like that in here that you can learn about later. But so bulk actions is the ability to send. You can look and see all of the bulk actions that you did. Because from the smart list, the primary smart list, if you anything bulk action is like this, you click here and you like send everybody an email, or you trigger an email, or you add tags to a big list of people. Like literally, you can do whatever you want. You can actually filter things however you want. You can manage which fields show up here. Like it's just awesome. And our dashboard is going to mimic this same tab structure that we've built here. Is you'll be able to move these back and forth, which is a no-brainer. The ability to export too is super awesome. So, so just workflow wise, if I was reaching out to people for hours and I had a big list of people that I've made all of these to-dos, well, these are your to-dos. Hey, I want to send this guy an email. I want to send this guy a postcard. I want to do this to this person. I actually want to build my business, and these are the things I'm going to do to build my business. So as you're going and you're working in each person's account, in each person's profile, you're going to have a list. This is just going to keep stacking up for you as a list of things to do. And now, what was this? I don't remember, because you're doing so much, right? So you're like, I don't remember. So you get to log in here and actually see what it is that you did, or what it is that you said you were going to do, to remind yourself. And then once you're done, you just go, boom, done. And you just go through this huge list of things under the task tab. Companies, it's like, hey, I want to make sure that the companies. See, I didn't add a company to John Q Attorney, so it doesn't show up here. But you could do that. You can keep them separate. I don't do that. I think relationships are based on people, and so that's why that's like that. The Mighty Litigators is just a smart list. Your smart list could also be in prospecting. People like to do like hot, cold, or cold call list, warm list, hot list. So like maybe your current customers are on a list as well, so you never prospect to them because they're already your customer. Okay, so you could segment lists like that based on tags. So let me show you real quick. Finally, here on contacts, this will be the last thing. There's a lot more here, guys, but I just want to kind of give you all of the most important things. So you can actually add tags right here. So we can add a tag saying test. This is a test tag. Actually, let's do DNC. So there's a couple of tags we want to add. We want to add hot, because hot is going to help us know who we want to put on the hot list, or who we need to reach out to regularly, like weekly. And then we want to have a DNC list. A DNC is do not contact list. These are people that we do not want to do anything to do with ever. And that's always the tag that you're going to add when it says do not include anyone on this list. So include everyone on this list. Do not include anyone on this list. Because sometimes they're a hot person that's like actually reaching back out to you. Their activity is hot, right? They really are interested. But then you find out you just don't want to work with that type of person, or maybe you find out they don't do a lot of litigation, and you just want to focus on people who do a lot of litigation. So there's a bunch of reasons why, but these are probably the two most important. And then lastly, a client. Like if they're already a client, we don't want to mess it up by bugging them, right? You have automation, so you can add an automation, which is under our workflows tab, under the automations tab, which we'll get to in a second. But you don't want to add automations at first. You add automations when it's like somebody who you want to continue to follow up with, and you've put a lot of thought into the automation flow. So that's pretty advanced. We'll get to that in another training, but I'll touch on it here in a second. So opportunities tab actually adds them to the opportunities tab, where you can keep track of them as well. So let's just go ahead and add them to an opportunity, this John Q Attorney. And there's a lot here, but don't be overwhelmed by it. You're just going to come down here to the stage, and you're going to call them a new lead. You can almost do this with everybody if you wanted to, and you don't have to fill out anything else. Just hit create. We're actually going to remove DNC tag. I was just showing you how to create tags, but yeah, we're going to say this person is hot, they're not a client, or they're not DNC. Okay. All right, so we've updated them. We can just X out of that. So now if I come back here to the opportunities tab, and that was the contacts tab, that's pretty much it for this. There's a lot more here, but that's the high level view of it. The opportunities tab is where you follow up with the giant list. When you have thousands of people on your list, it's a lot to deal with. And so you want to put everyone who's a hot lead inside of a pipeline. And so this pipeline is called attorney clients, and we can create new pipelines here. But the opportunities tab is where all of the you can have multiple different pipelines, right? So maybe I'm gonna sit down today and work on just my pipeline of attorneys. And I'm going to keep adding them from the contacts list. But I'm not just going to add anyone. I'm going to add people who actually answered the phone and said, yeah, sure, send me over. Or maybe or you called them and they actually have a phone number that works, right? So you have different metrics you can use. It's up to you what you want to do. But once you've contacted them, you can simply just drag this. Okay, and once you've dragged it, it comes over to contacted. Just the function of dragging back and forth makes this it can do different automations, which we won't get into today, but it's an important thing, an important metric when you move it. Now if they hired you can put them down here to 1, and you could drag it down here to the 1 section, and it'll actually remove it from your list. It'll just put it into the clients tab, clients list. So if I called John Q Attorney and he said, yeah, go ahead and send me a rate sheet, I'll say, great. And then I'll go ahead and move him to the rate sheet. But if I contacted them and they were like, oh, yeah, we already have a server, and they weren't really that interested, I would not move them over here yet. They're not as hot. Okay, when they get over here all the way to rate sheet, that means they've agreed to send us, or for us to send them our rate sheet as to be the backup for them. Now, you might use a different prospecting method. That's just the one that I teach. I think it's the most effective, most non-threatening. It's not really a sales call. It's really just a, hey, I want to be your backup. It's more of a logistics call. You're saying, hey, I'm a resource in your area. Did you know that? If you have different people on your team, you can actually assign you can actually assign it to somebody, which is super cool because, we'll just assign this to Jose for now so you can see. And once I do, you'll actually be able to see what it looks like right here. He'll actually show up here once you refresh. And so once they've actually ordered from you, yeah, there you go. Once they've actually ordered from you, you can drag it to the ordered service tab. Okay? That's the process how it goes, and you're like, well, why? How does that help me to move it down? Because you can keep track. So you have a big list of all the people in each of these people you've contacted who aren't interested. You know their situation. They're just kind of like, eh. And so you might not focus on that one as much, but you have to move them from new lead to contacted, from contacted to rate sheet, from rate sheet to order. Otherwise, they'll never order. And if they do order from you, great. Well, that's not a part of this. This is all about prospecting and sales. Like sales is how you force your business to grow. If you just want to grow quietly and naturally, it'll take forever. That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to force the growth, you use a Be the Backup script that I teach in the community and I teach in the 10K challenge. And this is where it lives. This is where that whole process lives. And when I was showing you the snippets earlier under conversations, that's where you would create your rate sheet. You would add your rate sheet as an email snippet, and you would just attach your rate sheet right here. And my team can help you do that. My team can help you set up your rate sheet and actually, well, they'll create a rate sheet for you as well. And then they'll attach the rate sheet for you. So whenever you want to send them the email and move them from contacted to rate sheet sent, then you're just waiting for them to send you a job. And so this is like your follow-up. You're kindly following up like once a week or once a month maybe, just saying, hey, just wanted to see how you guys are doing, let you know we're still on. Because remember, you're the backup. So just be the backup. Make sure to answer the phone. Make sure to send them a very kind, like very valuable email like once a month. And do not spam them, no matter what. Do not spam them. So AI agents, this is an upgraded feature that we're not going to get into here today. But if you're looking to get into AI and you want to activate your first AI agent, get in here. I would not do this until you have all of your other tabs set up, until you have your website activated, because you're going to need that, and until you've met with our team a couple times on how to use everything, because this is pretty advanced. It's going to take a lot of your time. I get some people that are like, can I hire a VA? I want to use the AI and I want to hire a VA and all this. And then I'm like, yeah, do you have a website? And they're like, no. Okay, I'm like, do you have a contract with your clients? Do you have contracts that do you have an LLC? Like they have nothing else set up, but they want to go all in on this other stuff because it's sexy. People like the thing that's sexy. All right, so probably one of the most cool. Like I'm a marketing person, so I love this, but one of the most valuable, cool tabs. So what we've talked about so far is really hand-to-hand combat. You might say like you're communicating with people, building relationships, calling people, sending text messages, trying to get people. That's all this right here. This is sales. You could call this sales. Okay, and then down here, your marketing and automation. This is where we get into more of the the techie nerdy stuff where it's like, hey, we're actually going to schedule this out. We're going to set the metrics and stuff like that. So let's go through it real quick. You can actually set up all your social media platforms. That's the first thing you want to do is you want to connect all your social media platforms. I wouldn't worry about any of this stuff down here yet. This is getting more advanced, but if you just start clicking on stuff, you can click on Facebook and you'll actually see it's trying to connect to my Facebook right now. That's what it's trying to do. So we're just going to X out of that. Okay. But if you click it, it'll help you connect directly with each of your social platforms. And then once you do that, you can actually start to send them out. You can send them out. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second in my platform. But I don't want to accidentally connect to something in his platform. But inside of emails here, we'll come back to that. So inside of emails, you can see the email blasts that have been sent. Oh, interesting. No, I don't think that's accurate. I think this is just dummy data. Okay. Yeah, this is dummy data. That's funny. I was like, what? You already sent an email? So campaign. So you can create a new email campaign. You can use templates. So you can actually build a template, whatever type of email you want. My team will help you set this up, but you can certainly get in here and start building. You can just choose a template, start building, and these templates are great emails, but a lot of the templates that work the best are really the basic templates. Really, honestly, they're just like the basic email template that you would use. Let's see. We have thousands of templates in here. So I think it's called basic. Base, I think it's called. Letter. Yeah, let me see. I think they keep changing the name of it. But it's, you can choose any of them. But you can start with the template, or you can simply say blank, right? So you can say, I'm going to go to the design editor, or do I just want to use the plain text editor? And so if you're just trying to send a basic email, you can just come in here and just literally type an email. I like the other ones, but if you want it to be simple, you can still hyperlink things. You could do a lot of things just from the simple text editor. And this will look more like an email than anything else. Okay, so you can type that in and just go ahead. And once you've typed it in, you can actually save templates as well, so that you could quickly set up an email campaign. And once you do, it's really easy to go ahead and send it to your entire list. So whoever's in your contacts tab, you can send it to them. That's why you want to really segment your contacts on who's a customer, who's a mighty litigator, who's just a bulk email, you don't care if they unsubscribe, you have thousands or whatever. There's different ways to look at it, but that's how the email marketing tab works. You can create your own templates and save them. And that's what I recommend doing. And I recommend meeting with a member of our team because there's a lot of details that go into this, but I just want to show you where it lives. It lives under marketing and email blasts. Now just to keep in mind, to give you an idea, there's people who pay, and I used to be one of these that pay $100, $200 a month for email marketing, Constant Contact, MailChimp, things like that. You don't have to pay for that anymore. You got the email. This is literally the most advanced marketing email campaign tool you're going to find. Okay, so just use it. So snippets. So you can actually, this is where we talked about earlier with snippets. This is another place you can find them. Countdown timers. There's a couple other things. Trigger links become really important when we're sending out email blasts, because if somebody clicks that link, you can trigger an automation. You can meet with my team to talk about that. Yep, Ads Manager. So we actually have an Ads Manager. If you would like for us to manage your ads for you, you can actually activate this $497 a month, which is actually really cheap. A lot of times, marketing agencies are charging $1,500 or $2,000 a month to manage your ads. A Google Ad Buyer is very expensive. So I actually have automation. I'm an expert in this to ad buying, but I also use automation to make it easier for you. And all of that would live right here inside of your platform. So if you do want me to run ads for you, it's $497 a month. That's our fee, and then you actually, but it's expensive. I mean, you're going to pay $1,000 minimum just in ad budget. So this is a $1,500 a month commitment. $497 for our fee, and then $1,000 per month minimum to start off running ads. And that's actually not bad. And I will get you a ROAS, a return on your investment. You'll see a really good return. And I can't give specifics because every area is a little bit different, but you can actually get a lot of extra customers by running ads. So when you have some extra money to burn, is what I always coach people on, to give it a try, then go ahead and give it a try. And you can just click here to get started with that. All right, prospecting. By the way, I don't need you to do that. That's just something if you've already been crushing it, if you reach that $10,000 a month, which I teach you to get to, then that could be a next step for you to try. Another thing that's really super powerful is we've integrated our marketing platform with Google. So at Google, you're actually able, you can subscribe. If you click subscribe, what will happen is it will activate the prospecting feature inside of your tab, inside of here, and so it's an extra $29 a month because it gives you basically this active map of all of the attorneys in your local area, and you can actually see all of the different attorneys. You can see where they're located, their information, and you can literally click with one click. You could put them into your account, and it's super powerful. The way that looks. Let me go back to my agency view here. If you go click on the prospecting tab inside of our account, you can actually get a good idea of what this looks like. So let's see. So you can actually go to, you can add a prospect, but basically if you want to start finding leads, you can just click here and you actually go get into it. So I'm not going to set up the AI agent or show you what it looks like today, but I just wanted to give you an idea. You can hit add a prospect and start searching a specific area, and it will show you the location. So like if I look for 87015 and I hit search, it's going to show me everybody in that area. I picked like a country, middle of the nowhere area. Let's try, well, actually, this would still probably have somebody. Let's look for a lawyer in the middle of nowhere. Within 3 miles? I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. Let's do within 50. Oh, there's somebody here. So what's cool about the prospecting tab, I'm just going to do this quickly because I'm not trying to sell you on it really. It's just, it's such a cool feature. So it automatically searches and checks for a website. It checks for their Google online presence if they have a Google online presence. Look at all these attorneys. Look at all these attorneys these are in Albuquerque. So yeah, it's searching further out. And so if I wanted to add these people to my system because I wanted to prospect to them, I could simply click add, and it would add it to the system. I hit add, and it pulls up all of their business information, their phone number I need to call, their address, their all this stuff. I can select categories if I want to put them in specific categories. I can even add them to the pipeline immediately. Oh yeah, I have to be in a sub account, of course. But yeah, you can hit them to a pipeline. I could, if there's a specific person that I've talked to, and he's like, oh yeah, just give me a call. Maybe I've called them and then I want to add them. Do I even want to add them yet? Let me call them first and then add them, right? Because you could do that. All right, so I've added them to the system, and they'll actually show up inside of my system. And it's just really cool because it's connected to the Maps feature, and this is something that we're going to continue to build out. And just look, guys, there's an endless amount of attorneys in that area. Like when I did the 10K challenge, I was doing it manually on Google. You guys can watch that and see me do it. But if I had this, man, I could have done it so much faster. I might do that here. I might do another like challenge, start a new business in a different area, maybe in one of your guys' areas, and help you guys get business. So you can see as I click, it's just these are all different attorneys' offices based on lawyer and the zip code. Boom, and search. So anyway, that's prospecting. All right, let's get back in here into this account. This is these sub account, the account we create for you. You don't have to add a payment method. If you're a Mighty Premium member, you get this already. You don't have to do that. Just X out of that. So the marketing tab on that's so powerful. So those are two add-ons you do have to pay more for. Some of the AI stuff you'd have to pay more for, but other than that, you don't have to pay more. There's some AI stuff you might want to pay $10 to have an AI assistant assist you with your social media, which is pretty cool. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. So let's see. So inside of my 123 legal support, let me refresh. This video is going pretty long. Here we go. Yeah. So it wasn't showing. I was like, what the heck? So these are all different posts that have been scheduled, and some of them have been published. And so what you can do is you can, it's so powerful. So we've connected all the different social media channels for my business. And so what you can do is you can click on new post. You can say create new post. Come over here. You can actually say, I want to post to all of them. It doesn't work on YouTube because they want you to post videos, not images. But you get the idea. And so I can click there. I can hit customize for each channel, which I don't recommend doing because then it'll want you to create text for each one. But you can say, hello, world. Okay, we could put... so this is what's cool is if you didn't know what to say, you could actually do this. You could say, we have launched a new website to take things to the next level, which is true. We just launched a new website. So I could, if I wanted AI to write this, I could say generate with AI, and I could actually tell it, hey, I want to, this is the basic general premise of what I want to communicate, and it will give you options. It'll give you 3 different variations of that text of what you're trying to do, what the goal is for the social media post, and you'll be able to create that, and it'll tell you, and you can say, I want this one, boom, and you can plug it in. I kind of already know what I want to say. I want to add a little emoji for a web, see if I can do a website one. Yeah, web. Okay, let's do it, and then I want to add a rocket. Yeah, boom, take it to the next level. Next level, baby. All right, so then that's that. Now I want to do, I want to create an image, but I really don't have an image. I could either do a screenshot. One thing I like to do a screenshot. So upload from media storage. You can actually upload different graphics. But I actually just want to, let's just have AI make me an image. So describe your image. Let's just see. I actually prefer, I'm talking about the website, so I prefer just to have a screenshot of the homepage of my website. But just so you can see the power of this, let's say new website live text over futuristic looking legal services community, legal services office. Okay, so I want 3 different variations. I'm going to say generate. So this AI, apparently this AI is $10, and you can use it. I think at first it'll let you use it. If it doesn't let you use it, you can reach out to my team. They might have to activate it. I think it's like just $10. This is pretty cool. Oh, that is pretty cool. That looks pretty futuristic, right? So you can choose one of these. Okay, you can. So I can say, I can say like I hate this, and I can say generate new content. Let's say put insert 123legalsupport.com in as primary text. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and then I could also say I want you. So I said photography, so it made them look like real images. But I could say, hey, I want it to be animated. I want it to look like watercolor. I want it to look. I don't know why you would, but you could do that. So I'm gonna keep it more professional, more like photography. Let's see what I get here. I'm gonna try not to make this over an hour. That's interesting. That's a little different. Okay, that's different. So, I mean, I guess that could be a futuristic law firm. Live, new website. 123 legal support. I misspelled it. Sometimes AI misspells things. This misspelled it too. Okay, so it's not perfect. This one's not terrible. This one's spelt right at least. Generate new content. So you can keep trying it. Just try again. Make it more friendly. And use blue. Blue's my brand, so let's see. Blue's the 123 legal support brand. So yeah, this is the power of AI. Is like if you're not able to think of things, oh yeah, that's way cooler, right? That's way cooler. And it's like I said make it more friendly. Oh man, if that said legal support, that'd be super cool. So what I recommend doing is what I recommend doing is using like Anthropic or Gemini or ChatGPT or something, because they're way more accurate about this kind of thing. But let me just choose one that looks a little you can't really see some of the misspellings or something, and then it has it spells it. Oh, it spelled it wrong. Forget it. I'm out of here. So I'm not going to use that. I'm actually going to go to the new website and I'm going to type. Okay, so this is the new website. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to screenshot. Actually going to screenshot this just to make it look just to give it some more details, more context here. Oh shoot, where am I at here? There we go. So, and then if I pull the image, now I could just upload an image from story. You just click upload. You just click your image that you screenshotted. It's thinking. Okay, here it is. I've added it. Boom, insert file. There you go. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Look at the bar across the top. Oh, that looks fire. That looks so fire. Okay, so each of the social platforms have their own way that they do things. So call to action is, you could do a call to action or an event or an offer. On Google My Business, it's best just to do a call to action and then select a label and be like order online. And then what I like to do is give them the exact order online link. So if I wanted them to order on my website, I would just take them here. I would just take them straight to the order online page, which is the only way to do it, in my opinion. And then you just go ahead and plug it in right there. And if they click on it in Google My Business, it'll take them to order online. So you can actually do learn more if you don't want it to be too aggressive. You can say learn more. And you can just give them the basic website. I think that might be better coming from Google, because if they're clicking on that, they might want to actually just learn more about your business. So I'm going to leave it like that. So it takes them to the home page. All right, so for Facebook, what do I want to do? For Facebook, I want to do feed because it's an image. If it's a video, I could do reel or a story, but because it's an image, I'm going to do feed. And because I haven't select customize for each channel, it's not giving me more options. If I did customize for each channel, it would give me more options for each one so that I could change this text. Okay, but I don't want that. I want to keep the same text on each one. Feed. Yep, same thing. Invite collaborators. So if I wanted to invite a collaborator on Instagram, that's a big thing on Instagram. I could do that. I could I can invite myself. I can invite, because it's my business page, right? I'll do that. I'll actually invite, let's see here. Mighty Mike podcast. No, actually, I don't want to mess this up. I'm going to leave it. So then I could post photos as a PDF document on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is all businessy. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as a regular image. And then you can see a preview of them over here on the right-hand side. It's pretty cool, right? Now, lastly, with the social media stuff is you can actually hit save for later. And this is really powerful if you're using a VA. Like I have a team of VAs. I will have them save images like this. I've actually trained them enough now that I have Nettie, my video editor. She just blasts these things out, man. She's so good. She'll just blast these things out like crazy. I don't even look at them. And sometimes I have to be like, hey, you got to delete that. You misspelled this or that. And that happens when you're using VAs. It's okay. But you can also just post. Or you can click here, you can have them schedule. And that's what I have her do. I have her schedule out so many images per day, 3 images per day. And I recommend if you're a process serving agency, a PI, notary, that you're at least posting once a day. So if you hit schedule post, you can pick a day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. One thing is you don't get to see, it doesn't tell you where you already have one scheduled to post. So you kind of have to remember. There is a spot where you can check it, but you kind of have to remember, like, as you're going, which one you've already posted on. Okay, and then you can change the time. It gives you recommended times. You can just click it. It'll give you that recommended time. So I'm actually just going, I'm not going to schedule it to post. I'm actually just going to post. Okay. All right. Boom. So there we go. You can see the 4 that are in progress. They're sending it out to these 4 platforms that I posted on. And you could do other platforms as well. These are just the ones that are connected. And then, of course, YouTube is the most important one. But we use something called Opus Clip or Opus.pro. And that allows you to use AI to, schedule just massive amounts of short form clips from one long video, which is super cool. All right, so we're just about out of time, so I want to finish it up here real quick. That's the social media tool. It's amazing. Like, use it. There's so many other things that it does. So this is just what I'm showing you for now. Under the comments tab, you can actually reply to people's comments. Let's see. Do we have a comment on here? Looks like there's one comment right here. Let's see. Oh, this is the comment I left. So, but if people comment on it, you can actually reply to their comments right here inside the system, which is super cool. All right, so underneath the automation tab, the workflow tabs are powerful because you can set up links when someone clicks on things, and it will activate a workflow that will nurture them in one way or another. So as you can see, we have yeah, sure. So it takes them from one place where you have different trigger links, and then it'll do things. You can have it go ahead. I want to add them to a stage. I want to add them to a certain workflow that's going to send them an email. Then it's going to send them a text message. Then it's going to wait for a couple minutes. Then it's going to, did they reply? Did they not reply? Okay, let's follow up with them. So you see that just like it's an endless thing. They could go forever, and it should go. You should continue to add to your automation workflows if you're activating this. And this is the Fast 5, we call it. But it's important for you to understand what it is you're doing. Don't just do willy-nilly do things. If you're not sure about this, you can watch other videos like the one I'm creating today just by clicking on how-to videos. And if you need support, you can go to Contact Support, schedule a meeting with us. And then here, the last tab that I want to show you today in this hour training is the websites tab. So for Jose, he's got a website that we've actually designed for him. Our website designers are awesome, and they've set up a website. And so as you can see underneath websites, each of the pages show up as little tiles. And you can actually just click on edit. Like, you have the ability, even if we built the site for you, you have the ability to log into your website and make the edits right here inside the system. which is super cool. Like you can come in here. Like I don't know if you're like me, but I'm the type of person I want to be able to come in here and like, kind of tweak out on it. Like be like, oh, I want to change this. I want it to say something different. But you know what? If you mess something up, my team can come in here and fix it. And that happens a lot. People are like, can you just fix it for me? And the answer is yes. We can fix anything that you break. Okay, we can fix for you. All right. You can connect your domain, you can hit publish, and you can get live with it right away. So I hope this is helpful. Mighty Automation is probably one of my favorite features that we give to our Mighty Premium members. And it is a game changer for people who are trying to take their business to the next level. So get in here, get active, and I'll see you guys in the next mastermind.